Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Joyful Finding Show. Glad you could join me today, March 11th, 2020. Boy, this month's flying too, right? Woo, everyone take a nice deep breath. There's a lot going on in the world. Just everyone calm down a bit. Let's just take a nice deep breath. Everyone calm down. There's a lot of different things going on in the world right now, energetically, on many different levels. So I'm interested to see how you guys are feeling, all of you that tap in today and in the future. Whew, I tell you what, the energy's been pretty intense. There's been a lot of things going on in my life that are switching it up, and I'm just kind of going with the flow. Know that I'm following the right path, that I'm believing in what I'm doing, that you should be believing in what you're doing. There's a lot of great things that are going to be taking place, even with everything that's going on out there, right? And I point out there because that's where outside is for me right now. So everything that's going on out there, right? Because there's a lot going on out there. And I live in a pretty busy town, city. I live in the town part, but there's a city part too. And there's been lots of accidents lately. So there's lots of people being reckless. They're in a hurry. I don't know what's going on out there, but there's like this one little section that's turned into like a little Bermuda Triangle or something on the highway. So I send love to that space so that doesn't happen anymore. But there's lots of transitioning going on, and some of it's very quick, some of it's taking a long time, but there's lots of transition taking place. And just know that everything's happening for a reason and for the greater good. Sometimes we don't always understand it when it's happening, but I feel like that's something that we need to talk about today. The greater good, right? Because what is the greater good? What does that mean for you? What does that mean for everybody else? That means a heaven on earth, right? It means more joy. It means more fairness in our world. It means more love. It means more joy. It means a lot of those things, right? So I keep saying those things because that's what we're here to create. And I'm clearing my throat chakras. I'm not sure if that's me or someone that's watching out there or someone that's going to be watching. But it's time for us to stand in that truth, whatever that is for us, and start really showing the love. Showing the love to everyone and everything, and start believing in what's going to happen for your life. It's like your thoughts and your intentions are creating the reality that we're starting to live in. And don't let it be controlled by outside sources, people, places, and things. Don't let it be controlled by outside sources. Stand in your own power. Feel what that feels like for you, and always protect yourself energetically, as well as washing your hands. Okay, because there's a lot of panic going on out there right now. And I've seen it at the grocery store. I've seen it on people posting things on Facebook. If you guys are taking care of yourself and building up your immune system, this is going to help you, right? It's just like any other cold or virus that's coming through. Your immune system needs to be high. So do things to increase your immune system, okay? Drink some, get some real fruits and veggies in your bodies and stuff like that, some vitamins, whatever, and washing your hands. Because everything that I'm seeing, and I can tell that people are cleaning now. I didn't know that people were not cleaning before. The last few weeks that I've gone into the store, and all the Clorox wipes are gone. Last week, every bottle of bleach was gone out of Walmart that I went into. So at least I know everyone's cleaning. This is good. This is everyone's sterilizing their environment. So I did talk about this earlier in the year about a spring cleaning and cleaning out things, right? So we're doing this apparently on a collective level, when I just thought it was just each and one of us individually, but we're collectively cleaning things up and cleaning things out. So this is a good sign too. So, that should make us all healthier after everyone bleaches all their stuff and gets everything nice and clean. But they want you to start, even though that's going on, right? I said last week the storm was here and we are the calm and the chaos. And that's kind of what's going on around us, is that storm. And it's on so many different levels, depending on what you're paying attention to. And they want you to know that you are still the creator. You are still the creator. And in that creation, they want you to create that joy and that love that you're looking for. So you guys start creating that joy. Start creating that love for yourselves. Get out of your own way. Get out of fear mode, right? Because that's one of the things that are holding us back. And I've been talking about this since I started my show. So it's like, again, we're clearing out our throat. So whoever needs to clear their throat chakra, let's clear it out today. We're going to speak our truth. And I think that goes for me too, because there's some things that I hold back my personal opinion on, just because of backlash or whatever might happen out there. But, we're all standing in our truth, and we're going to have to put up with other people's opinions. And it doesn't matter what other people think. It's what we stand in, as we're standing in our truth, right? And I feel like that's giving me support in my back. So whatever that means for you guys out there today. So it's like we're starting to stand tall. We're starting to stand in our truth and whatever that means for us. So any questions you guys have out there, you make sure you drop them over there in the little comment box, and I'd be happy to get to them. Because the energy is really strong. There's such a strong connection between each and every one of us right now. And you guys can probably feel it, like right here in the heart chakra, right? Because that's where I'm feeling it right now. It's like this heart chakra just being blown up for you all. It's like, there it is, here it is, and there you are. So, woo, let's have some exciting times today. Let's lighten the load, right, of everything that's going on out there. Not that we could, ignore it completely, but we can lighten the load in what we start to believe in. So they want you to start recognizing everything that's going on in your life. People, places, and things. Again, see, they're going to change up the energy again. They do it every time on this show. Thank you for the nice background. Yes, it is a nice background. Thank you very much. I appreciate you noticing that. And thank you for tapping in and joining us today. I love that. I love that every one of you are tapping in and joining today. So, there's a lot of things going on out there. So I'm hoping you guys are all standing in your power and you're still following your dreams, because that's what's important. If you feel like you need to isolate yourself for a while, do that, because sometimes we need to do that anyways, right? I've been talking about sleep the last couple of weeks. They've been putting me, well, not since this time change though, but before that, I was wanting to go to sleep at 7:30, 8 o'clock. It was like I was out for the count. There was nothing I could do to stay awake. And that's important too. That rest is very important so that we get those downloads and that information that we need. And sometimes while we're dreaming, we sometimes are taking care of a lot of the work in our dream state. So that's why I say it's important sometimes that you guys have dream diaries next to your bed so that you can keep track of, some of the things that you might be doing if you can remember them. And then the time changed, right? It changed Saturday night into Sunday. And then Sunday night, I go to bed and I get woken up at 1:29. I am awake from 1:29 until 4 a.m. I have no idea why I'm awake, but I am wide awake. It could have been the full moon energy starting to kick in, or there could have been something that I needed to be awake for that I wasn't even aware of. But I was awake, and I talked to a few other light workers who were also awake that night. So if you guys were awake Sunday night for an hour or more, raise your hand, say hi, whatever. But it's like, things are happening for a reason, and we don't always understand why. And I still had great energy the next day, but I have to tell you that when I went back to bed at 4 a.m., I had weird dreams. And they were like, I only felt like I had snippets of sleep, like you're mostly awake, but snippets, you know what I'm talking about? So it was kind of weird. So I think I was having a collective dream, or that's what I finally figured out. So in that dream, I had a dream that I was stolen from. And I've been stolen from in real life, who hasn't, right? I think we've all been stolen from at least one point or another. But it's not only that, I feel like it was a collective, like lots of stuff has been stolen from us, right? And I feel like we're starting to get all that back. So if you feel like your earth life has taken away from you, I feel like we're going to get something back. I'm not even sure what that is yet, but it was like feeling that. I was feeling that pressure from all the collective feeling they've been stolen from, or whatever that feeling was. So I just want you guys to be aware of all that. I don't know why I share some of this stuff. I just do. It's important for somebody. So yay. Yeah. So woohoo. It's 3:11. Okay. So 11 is a master day. So there's lots of high energy today. I woke up and I was like shot right out of the bed, and I've just been on high energy ever since. Sometimes right before my show, I start to vibrate an hour or so before, sometimes 10 minutes. But today it's been all day. There's this serious vibration going on. And my youngest is going to come out and say hello, maybe. So there's a lot of high energy, and that could be why he's coming to say hello today. So everyone say hi to Christopher. He's coming out to share his little angel energy with us. He always has something important to say sometimes when he's out here, or he brings a toy that is very relevant to what we may be talking about. So you never know what wisdom Christopher will share with us. Tiffany says, hello, Christopher. He's going to climb behind me now, so he definitely wants to be a part of the action. I told you guys the energy was high. And we all live in Florida. This kid doesn't like to put clothes on. He's so funny. As soon as we get home from school, he starts, whoop, whoop, whoop. Florida baby, that's all I can say. And hello from India. Well, hello there from India. I'm afraid I would butcher don't pull on that, honey. I'm afraid Shweta, I hope I said that name right, from India. Thanks for joining us today. We're getting some international action then, so I appreciate you tapping in. That's fantastic. Wow. So Christopher's just going to hang out in the background and do whatever he needs to do. Hi, Laura. Laura says hi to you. Hi, Laura. Thanks for tapping in today. And thanks for my fantastic messages from yesterday from the YouTube. All right. And hi, YouTube. We're YouTube live too. So hey, for there, YouTube. Let mommy talk. I couldn't even fall asleep till 4:30ish, and when I did, all my dreams were very weird too, and woke up at 8 a.m. refreshed and ready to go. Your son is beautiful and amazing. Thank you. Yeah, see, we're all kind of like waking up at these weird hours. 3 a.m. You woke up? You woke up at 3. So we're all kind of doing this wake up thing, you know, at least that day or whatever. And when we're waking up, a lot of things are taking place. And even when we're in that deep sleep, a lot of things are taking place too. It's almost a little distracting, but I'll make him go in a minute. He just, because I feel like he needs to stay today, which is weird. Not weird, because everything happens for a reason. And I also have to share. Tiffany says work on that crown chakra. He's doing it like woo. You know, let me know if you guys see colors and all that stuff. What color did you see? Rainbow. You saw the rainbow. That's perfect. He saw all the colors. You gotta love that. Okay, can you get down? You gotta stop moving me around. Come on, you can be a part of it, but you can't rock me. You can't rock the boat. Okay. Okay, so I forget where I was going with that. Here, sit beside me. So Christopher definitely wants to be a part of this, which is funny because last week he didn't show up at all. He didn't show up at not even at the end, which he normally does. So let's see. What about the code should we tell them today? What's going on that is important to share with them today? About my coffee. Well, actually, that's water. So I guess we should talk about water, right?
Yeah, talk about water.
Okay, I will. So I've been doing a lot of love work with the water. So maybe that's why Christopher brought up the water. So I appreciate you, Christopher. Thank you very much. So I've been sending a lot of love to the water to help heal the water, right? Because our bodies are mostly water, right? So if we're healing that water, we're also healing our bodies. So send out love, we receive what we send out. So it's like a two-way street, right? And we love two-way streets. We've already been on those one-way streets where they only work for the other person and we can never get anywhere. So two-way streets, we need to work both ways. So send love to the water. Send those love, water blessings. Send them out there. Goldylocks is like water blessings, yes, and I can feel it. It's like spreading out, and I feel like we're all doing that collectively as we work together today, because the energies are very strong, and it's our intention. So our intention is to send love to the water. Our intention is to send love out there to all the people that are hurting. Our intention is to send love out to everyone that needs it right now to help themselves move forward and feel stronger in their power. And their human power, their spiritual power, whatever power that may be. Let's see what else is happening. You guys, if you have any questions, you make sure to drop them over there. I'd be happy to answer them. The energy's strong, so it's almost like I'm like right there. So you guys tap in, tap in, tap in. And if you want, share the weird dreams you may have had, because they may relate to somebody else that's watching or listening and be like, oh, I had that same thing or whatever. Because we're supposed to start sharing more of our stories, right? We're all very private people and we don't want to talk about much. We don't want to tell people our private stuff. And sometimes it's almost important for us to share some of this stuff to help other people to open up, to realize what's going on in their lives, to realize they're not alone, okay? To realize, okay, you're just doing something? All right, he's just going to hang out. So he just wants to hang out today, which is fine. So everyone grab your kids and give them a little cuddle, a little hug, a little love. See, I'm talking about all that love, and he can feel that because he shares that a lot. He walks up to you just randomly and goes, I love you. Or when you were laying in bed, he'll go, I love you. So this is a love child. He's sharing a lot of the love today with each and every one of us, which is fantastic. Because, right, we all love being children. And also I feel like with him sitting here, we need to act a little bit more like children. We need to be a little bit more carefree, because if you think about it, a lot of us had our childhoods robbed from us, or we never really got to really be a child. We had to grow up really fast back in the day. You know, we never really got to, and some of you did get to enjoy your childhood, don't get me wrong, but there's a lot of us that had to grow up really fast, you know, and we didn't get to really just, well, you're still only 4.5, honey. You're not grown up yet. I wish I could say that. Oh, I wish I could say I was only 4.5. No, I don't wish I could say that.
Yep.
I'm happy to be where I am right now because I signed up for this duty right here and now. So that's exciting. What else is happening in your guys' world? What is changing? What is shifting for you? What's going on? What do you want to happen that's not happening? Because I feel like things are clicking in really, really fast for people that are not holding on to any kind of fear. If you still have anything that's anything fear-based, that's like a heavy anchor that's holding you back, okay? I like to use the analogy of the parade balloons, right? The big balloons. You could be any balloon you want to be, but you have all these tethers holding you down. And fear could be that tether holding you down to the street, but you just want to like float above the street, right? I always go into like bird mode after that, you know, and it's like, what are you seeing from up there? You allow the fear to let you go up and see everything that you need to see. Fear holds us back from being who we really need to be. So it's time to really step in that and start owning that. So I'm excited to see what you guys create this year out of that by letting go of those fears, right? Because that's one of the biggest things that we have going for us. Fear, 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 you know, and it could be something that you learned when you were little, right? Because even sometimes he'll tell me, I'm afraid of the dark. And I know he's not afraid of the dark. He's just playing with me. He just wants, you know, but he's not, you know what I mean? And it's like,
Yes, I am.
okay, you need to go watch your show or play your game. Mommy will be with you in a little bit.
That's for the other remote.
It might be charging. Check
The
it.
big one.
Check under the
The
TV.
one about this size.
Is that big? Big. Okay. Go look to see if you can find it. If not, just watch TV for now. You'll be fine. And play with your Octonauts. Being a mom is hard sometimes, but I love it. Every bit of it. It's hard to believe that I have only a 4.5-year-old and a 15-year-old, so the kids keep me busy. This show happens in between all the running around. So thank you guys for tapping in and being a part of my world and part of my journey, because I share parts of my journey to help you. Right? I've talked about some of that stuff in the past. I don't need to bring that up today. Just know that I am starting to share part of my truth and things that have happened to me and my realities to help you guys. Goldylocks says your show is your third child. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And I thank you guys because you guys are all part of my family now, right? If this is my child, you guys are part of my family. And you guys are part of my soul tribe. That's probably why we're connecting in, because I'm noticing a lot of that going on right now too, where I connected with a really old friend at the end of January, a little bit in the beginning of February. And, you know, like someone I haven't seen in 20, 30 years. And then just last week, I ran into another friend that I haven't seen in 30 years, 30 plus years. And we were able to just pick up like it was yesterday. Like we had never even departed years for 30 years and didn't have conversations. And we just picked up right where we left off. And we're like, this. She even mentioned, you know, over dinner, she's like, this is kind of, you know, I'm not sure what to think of this. And I'm like, you know, we're part of the soul family. You know, once you make that connection with people, you'll always have that connection with people, whether you have distance between you, no communication between you, you still have that connection. Does this make sense to you guys? Because sometimes I talk about this stuff and I don't even know it makes sense. That's what happens when you channel. Okay, Laura said absolutely, and Goldylocks says yes, total sense. Thank you guys. So it's like all these connections that are being made or being reconnected. Sister, I love you, Laura. She's my sister. Because we're all soul sisters, right? Or soul brothers. It doesn't matter what sex we are, you know, because we're all soul family. So it's like with this family that we're with, right? Because you think about it, I haven't seen these people since I was like, you know, in high school or right out of high school. And now they're coming back into my life. So that connection that I had with those people back then, right? So this is all making sense to me. So that connection I had with them back then, and now I'm starting another connection with them again, even though there was that separation, it was like re-energizing that connection. Does that make sense to you? Because I feel like we have to kind of give a boost to some of the people that we've had in our lives. And some of these people need an extra boost. They need that extra energy That's the best way I can describe it is, because sometimes that's what I do. I feel like, here's the energy and I'm just giving it to you. But it's like that connection for both of us. And it was also full circle in a little ways too, so that I can close that gap and start this new one, if that makes sense. And with them in that, I don't know if I'm making sense. I crack myself up sometimes. But anyways, with all of that, these connections that are being made, they're showing me really strong. So it's like I have to show you my little picture, right? So this will be one person. I guess I'll make them little eyes. They want me to make real people today. So you guys get some of my drawings, okay? So we have these two people, and then we have this connection, right? This connection is being made. And this connection is being made out of that love connection, right? So it's our soul connection. And it's almost like nothing ever happened. And I don't know why they're going to draw 3 lines, but I feel like that's important too. So it's like we have, okay, if you guys, okay, I'm going to throw this out there because you guys that are watching me are very intuitive. You already know how to use your abilities. So if any of this triggers anything that you feel like you need to share, I need you guys to share it, okay? Because I feel like I'm making sense to people. and I guess I want validation. 11. Ooh, yes, 11. 11's important day. It's a master number. So, which is important too. So this energy exchange and this reconnection is reinforcing that bond. It's reinforcing that soul tribe energy. It's reinforcing that, oh my God, I'm getting the grid too, because you have to think that the people that I just reconnected with, one was from Maine and one is from Massachusetts. So I'm reconnecting with energy that's from where I come from, right? The New England area. It's coming from that area. So it's like I'm making that connection and I'm doing it without even having to go there, which is fantastic. Even though I'd love to come visit, but it'll have to be summertime before I come visit. New England is just way too cold for me. I learned my lesson. Winter's not fun. But I know it's beautiful spring now. And I know spring is here because the birds have been totally chirping for me this morning. They were so chatty when I got up and even before I got up this morning. And I'm actually surprised they're being quiet now. It must be my energy is like, must have blown out of the trees or something. I don't know. But they're being not chatty now. But the energy of that, and more people, I talked about this last week, more people are posting their pictures of their crocuses. So again, this is like that new seed that has now come up out of the Tiffany says the birds are listening to me too. They are. So now with the little crocuses, right? Because they're like one of the first flowers and the tulips and those things that are the first ones that come out after winter. So it's like we are all breaking out of that slumber. We are all ready to start to grow. So I'm going to picture each of you as a crocus or a tulip. But you guys can be any flower you want. But I feel like those ones are important right now since it's spring. So I want you guys to feel yourself starting to really grow, feeling the sun penetrating you and allowing you to grow, taking the nutrients from the water that we've blessed so that you can grow really well, right? So I feel like that's important too. They're just going to jump all over the place today. Oh, that's so funny. But you never know what's going to happen in my show because I never do. I never know what's going to happen beforehand. I know that they want me to do a meditation before this is over because I feel like y'all need to be connected to your higher self. And I feel like you're going to let go of some stuff. So that's probably going to happen here in a little bit. So if you guys are listening and driving, I'll wait for you guys to pull over a little bit. But I feel like this is going to be important. And I haven't done this meditation for my show in a while. I do it a lot for my clients and everyone else, but it's about connecting to your higher self. What else happens in this meditation? It's about clearing and connecting your DNA. It's about recharging and restructuring a lot of your cells. There's a rainbow involved, so there's lots of color involved. So if you guys are visual, they want you to pay attention to whatever visuals you get after you close your eyes and everything that goes on with this, because this is going to help propel you forward. This is going to help release some of those heavy weights that you're having, and especially if you're used to working with energy, feeling energy. Know that you're being completely protected. Release and allow because we're just going through this beautiful full moon. So there's a lot of releasing going on with that still. So allow yourself to release what anything's going to happen. This meditation only happens maybe 3 to 5 minutes. I talk pretty fast. They run you through it because it's not important you have to go slow. It's more important that you hit the spots and just Sometimes I feel like I'm super fast, but it's all what it needs to be. And every time that I do it, my words always change. So it all depends on who's listening and who needs to hear what needs to hear. I know the basics of it, but the words always change in between. Because I'm not one for following routine, so I can't keep it the same. So we have to mix it up. It's always what's important to you. And now you hear the birds. I hear the birds out there now. There are some crows and something else. But the other ones this morning were songbirds. It was all over the place. It was awesome. Okay, so all right, so I think we're ready for the meditation. Little fun for you guys. So I want you guys to sit with your feet flat on the floor. If you can put them flat on the floor. I want you guys to keep your hands in your lap. Keep them open if you can. You know what I mean? So you can feel the energy, release, allow, whatever you need to feel in your palms, because I feel like there's going to be activations. So you may get really hot palms, tingly palms. Allow that energy. It's your higher self. It's your energy flowing. It's like the creator's energy flowing. It's like you being connected to that higher self. They're also going to bring balance. Okay. I feel like there's going to be lots of balance with this because we're all like, okay. So again, your feet flat on the floor. Put your hands up in your lap if you may. And if you could close your eyes, that would be most excellent. And I would like you to take a nice deep breath and release the weight of the day. And I would like you to see this beautiful, beautiful white light above the tops of your head. This is your higher self, your infinite self, your God self. It is growing in size and shape until it fills whatever room you're in. Until it goes out and spreads out until every around to the house you're in, fills the whole house you're in. This white light becomes larger and larger until it fills the whole state that you're in. And I want you to fill it even farther until it goes all the way out into all the way around the world. So it lights up all of the world. You can see this beautiful light everywhere, because everywhere you look, it comes all the way out into the multiverses from where we come from, all the way out there. I would like you to see this beautiful, beautiful white light come down through the tops of your heads, through your crowns. I would like you to feel it swirl, and I would like you to feel it release and allow your higher self into this human vessel as it works its way down and brings balance of your higher self in this human vessel, bringing balance, balance, balance. As you feel it clearing and expanding your crown chakra, lots of energy is moving around in there. It's okay. Take a deep breath. As you feel it move down into your third eye, feel the visions become clearer, the white light become brighter and brighter, and so you can see everything with clarity. I want you to allow this white light of your higher self, your infinite self, to wash through your eyes, your ears, your nose, your mouth, down into your neck and your throat, really clearing out that throat chakra to allow yourself to speak with love, bringing complete balance of your higher self in this human vessel as we work your way through our body. Allowing it to clear and allow. They keep saying allow. Some people aren't allowing. So just allow that to move through there, clearing for your highest and best self. As the energy moves down your shoulders, releasing the rest of the weight of the world that you're carrying around or other people's burdens, allow the energy to flow down your arms, down into the palms of your hands. They may become warm and tingly. This is good. This is good. Allow that white light of your higher self to flow down into your heart chakra, to your back, through your chest and into that heart chakra, allowing, clearing, and expanding to bring your higher self down into this human vessel, feeling that expansion, feeling that clarity as it moves through you, washing away any fears that you may have wrapped up inside of there that may be holding you back. Allow that energy down, that white light of energy down into your solar plex. Feel it clear and expand. I want you to feel all your cords to outside tethers coming back to self, removing all power from outside sources and bringing it back to self. Take a nice deep breath with that one. As you feel the white light go down into your sacral, clearing and expanding, bringing balance through your body, feel it releasing and allowing as it washes down into your roots, as you feel it expand and release there, as the energy works in your hips, down your legs, and down your knees, and all the way out the bottom of your feet. Feel that washing through you as it washes through all the chakras I've just spoken about, feeling it wash through you and clearing you and cleansing you. Again, I would like you to notice this bright white light above the top of your head. It is now going to turn into every color of the rainbow. So beautiful, so bright, so vivid. Again, going all the way out into the ethers. Again, this infinite light of rainbow. Yes, this rainbow of light is going to touch every cell within your body, every strand of DNA, bringing everything back online, restructuring it for your highest and best self, releasing and allowing anything that no longer serves you. I'd like you to see this beautiful rainbow, so bright, so vivid, coming down through the tops of your head, through your crowns. Feel the colors swirling around, also bringing down all this infinite knowledge and wisdom that you already have, helping you remember who you are. As these beautiful colors of the rainbow wash through the crown, feel it wash around, clearing and expanding as it washes down into your third eye. I feel like someone just busted out their third eye. The beautiful colors, so vivid, so bright, allow this to clear, and again bringing balance of your higher self in this human vessel as it washes through your eyes, your ears, your nose, your mouth, and your neck and your throat. Again, down your shoulders, down your arms, and down into the palms of your hands. Feel the vibration. You can feel that. I know you can. As the energy of the rainbow goes down through your back, your chest, and into your heart chakra, clearing and expanding, bringing beautiful balance, again, touching every strand of DNA and every cell within your body, bringing all that higher intelligence that you have down into this human vessel as it washes down to your solar plex, feeling clearer and brighter as you can feel it go down through your body, clearing and allowing for your highest and best self as it washes through your sacral and down through your root, down through your legs and your hips and your legs and down through your feet and out the bottom of your feet down into. I would like you to see them coming out as roots. The colorful colors coming out as roots out of the bottom of your feet down into Mother Earth, creating this beautiful earth that you're creating. All your desires are being planted now in this new spring soil with these beautiful colors of the rainbow. Feel that energy. One last time, I'd like you to notice this beautiful, beautiful white light above the top of your head. It is now going to turn into a waterfall of light. Ooh. I'd like you to find yourself out in the middle of nature somewhere, under a beautiful waterfall where you can feel the energy of the water and the light washing over the outside of you as much as you can the inside. Imagine yourself out in the beautiful nature, wherever this waterfall is, and you step under it and you start to feel the flow of the water washing over your hair and your face as it washes down through your crown, clarifying everything, clarifying and purifying everything to feel like you're standing in your totally highest best self. As it washes down and you feel it washing over your face, your eyes, your third eye, you feel it washing through there, clearing and allowing for your highest and best self. As it washes through your eyes, your ears, your nose, your mouth, your neck, and your throat, it washes down your shoulders, down your arms, and out your hands, your backs and your chest, washing through your heart chakra. Feel that cleansing. Feel that peace that you're starting to feel, that lightness as it washes through your solar plex. Feel it wash through there. We'll feel it run through the body. Feel it run on the outside of your body as it goes through your sacral, your root, washing out the outside, washing down your hips and your legs, and let it just wash down all the way down your legs and off your feet. Feel completely connected to your higher self, releasing all fears, standing in balance with your higher self, understanding your highest self. And when you guys are ready, you can take a couple deep breaths and come back to whatever room you're in, space you're in. I'll give you a second while I take a little drink. Well, I hope you guys are all back right now. Laura said fantastic, great, because I'm vibrating right now, so I'm wondering how you guys are feeling. Literally, the hairs are standing up on my skin. Usually I have just the goosebumps, but I actually, I'm not sure what we just did there together, people, but it was fantastic. So I hope you guys are feeling that lightness. I hope you guys are feeling more connected to your higher self. I hope that helped you let go of some of that fear that you were holding on to. I hope you feel your cells starting to do what they need to do to remember what they need to do. So talk to them nicely. Fantastic. I'm so happy you guys could be here. And, you know, it's funny because a few weeks ago, I thought I was going to do this meditation and they're like, no, you need to wait. And there's always a reason, right? And it's funny, but there is always a reason. So, and today would be the reason, right? They wanted to do it on a magical day and they wanted all of you to join me to do it. So here we are. And again, they're going to change up the energy. You just never know what's going to happen. So a lot of people are letting go of stuff. So I'm proud of you guys for letting stuff go. I'm so proud. Let's see. What else is shaking in your guys' world? What do you guys want to happen that's not happening? Because now you have the power to do it. I always say this after one of these meditations, because now it's like giving you that little boost. Sometimes it's a spiritual kick in the butt. Sometimes it's like, oh, I get it now. It helps click. And sometimes you just feel more relaxed. You're like, oh, I feel calmer. So this just shows that you guys are really starting to tap into more of the energy. So that makes me excited because, you know, I'm an energy chick and I love that stuff because that's how I do everything I do by energy, right? And we're all energy. So I love that. And I love all of you, right? So it's like, woo! So there's a lot of excitement going on, even though there's a lot of chaos going around, right? Okay. So they want you to be excited about what you're creating because that's most important, what you're creating. So start creating all this happy stuff for yourselves and see what else you can create, right? And I feel like it's funny because I keep seeing all my friends that have all these crafts and things that they do. And I want to start sharing more of those things because I feel like you guys need to start doing more of those things that you've put in the closet or those crafts that you put away, or you've always wanted to write a book, or you've always wanted to paint, or you've always wanted to whatever. I want you to get out and do that thing, whatever that is. Okay. Because it's going to bring you joy. Okay. Don't just wait. They don't want you to wait anymore. They want you to start doing. I love the Nike commercial just for the just do it sign. Just do it. I say that a lot now. I'm like, just do it. Just do it. You know, because just by doing it gets it done. Okay. Right. Because if we're always waiting or trying or working at it, that's what we get. So we need to be mindful of our words, right? We need to be mindful. I did a reading with a lady yesterday and she was starting to have visions, but she kept saying she's resistant, right? She kept using that word. And I'm like, okay, well, let's talk about that for a minute. What's making you resistant to wanting to see this, right? So what makes you resistant about doing what you need to do, right? Because I don't like to use that word. I don't like to be resistant anymore. I want to be like, all right, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to open up to that. Let's open up the channel and see what happens, right? But sometimes fear is holding us back, right? Because she's a lot like me. Like we got shut down as children, right? So there's no way you could know what you know. There's no way that you could be connected or have that information. But really, once we really start to tap into our higher selves, that information is right here. And it's immediate. So we know, but we were taught not to know. So we become resistant because we were told not to. So I say break out of that and start doing, people. Start doing it. Just do it, which is fun. So I'm wondering how some of you guys are feeling after that meditation. I can see there's a few of you online listening today. So if anything popped up that you have questions about, I'd be happy to answer them right over there. If not, I'll be happy to talk to you for the next 20 minutes. Okay. Spiritual healing is very beautiful. Thank you. Very tingly. Good. That means that you're getting that energy. You're feeling that energy. And when we are connected to our higher selves, our body kind of feels like that tingly feeling, you know. So this is great that you brought that up. I love that because when we have that going on, just like when my hairs were standing up just a few minutes ago, being totally connected, because even though I could tell some of the words were interfered with. That's because Melissa was interfering. She felt like she knew what she needed to say and not allowing us. So it's like having that connection. You want to start to feel that more often, because when you're standing in that connection, the outside world doesn't bother you. You're like, all right, I can see that's happening, but it's not affecting me. Woohoo! She said it was beautiful. So it was so beautiful just coming back into my body. Ha ha ha. I know sometimes it takes a little bit, you know. I try to I know even some of my class people on Monday nights, the people that come to my class do that. They're like, I didn't want to come back because I do it very quickly because it doesn't have to be long, but I could leave them there for a long time and then it would really be hard to get them back. I'd be like, all right, pulling that tether down. Come on, come on. And sometimes it takes them longer to come back. So thank you for joining me and being a part of this show and being a part of this energy and being a part of this time on Earth. Because we all volunteered for it. We all said, woo, we want to go. We want to do this. We want to make the changes. And, you know, if you told me that I would be a psychic medium, intuitive, whatever you want to call me, sometimes I don't even know what to call myself. If you told me that when I was a teenager or whatever, I'd be like, you're full of it. There's no way. I seek out those people for answers. But no, people, we all have this. If I can do this, you all can do this too. It's about tapping in, getting that information, understanding that information, connecting the dots to this life to understand what's true and what's not true, because I feel like there's a lot of that going on right now. So, woo, you guys got this. And it's funny because today when I posted this show out on Facebook, I'm like, we've got this. You've got this. Do not think that, you know, do not let people hold you back or let you think that you're being held back or whatever, because we've got this. Okay. We are in a fast momentum right now, a very, very fast momentum. Things are going to happen very quickly. As you can tell, the time has been moving very quickly for the last few years. And you guys are noticing it even more this year, right? Because wasn't it just January and now we're at March 11th. So time is flying. Things are happening very fast. Truth is coming to light. And that happens on every level. If whether it's our own truth, public truth, whatever, there's a lot of truth being exposed out there. And that's good because it needs to come up to be cleared. Okay. And he just ta-da'd me about, so cleared. He just cleared it as he walked out. So as we talk about it, he cleared it. Woo. You all right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, but I was watching a hunting monster try to the humans still on the bridge and something like that.
Okay, well, I think you need to go change that channel right now. Go.
It's not a channel. It's a moving part.
Oh, on your game?
No, it's on YouTube.
Okay, well then change the YouTube channel you're on right now. Okay, good. Well, that was meant for somebody. Oh, you gotta love kids. And I do. I love mine and I love everyone else's. I love kids. I love people. I love everybody. And that's one of the things I want to share the other night. So Monday night at my class, I have a class every Monday night called Joyful Findings, just like my show, because I find joy in everyone starting to use their abilities and stuff. And some of my students are new to me and some of them are old to me. It doesn't matter. I love teaching all of you. But one of the ladies, we were doing this energy work. We were charging everybody. That's what I called it. We'd all stand around, you know, I'm going to do it to you. Like we'd all stand around, we'd point our hands at that one person. And we were sending all the Reiki energy, healing energy, whatever energy you want to call it, to a person, and then picking up information from that, right? So everyone's was tapping in through the energy, being like, I'm in my room right now that we would do this in, and people would have their hands out and they could pick up messages from people across the room just through the energy. So I love this on so many levels, because not only was it giving them the energy they needed to go out and do what they needed to do, but it was also giving the person that was giving the energy the validation of the energy that they were reading from the person to help give them the message they needed to move forward. So I'm excited that you guys are starting to tap into more of the energy. But if you guys tapped into like my energy, right? Because I have everyone do me too. I'm part of the class too. And one of the girls is like, woo, as soon as I got to your heart chakra, my hand went all the way out. So my heart is wide open always. My heart chakra this is part of why I'm here. I think I'm supposed to anchor love here. I'm supposed to show you guys how to anchor love here, and be the love, right? So I feel like that's part of my mission. And I'm sure it happens on many other levels too. And we'll figure those out as we go along. But it's like, pow, I'm here. I am full of love. I'm sending love to all of you. I'm sending healing energies to all of you. We are all connected. So this connection, right? And they're showing me bing, 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 bing all over the world, right? Because we're making many, many connections, whether it's through the internet, just, you know, in some of this soul tribe, some of the soul family, that we're running into are people we haven't even met yet, right? We automatically meet them and we're like, oh my God, da 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 da. I feel like I've known you my whole life. And then you're like fast friends, right? Or you love relationships are kind of happening like that. I'm going to see like some of that's going to happen this year too, that there's going to be this like instant connection. They're like, oh my God, this is everything I've been waiting for. And it's true because a lot of you have already been asking for this love to come into your life for a long time now, but you finally like simplified your list into a manner that actually works rather than both what you do want and don't want, because sometimes that happens when people first write their list. So I'm always like, hey, if it's not working for you, write your new list of what it is in that love relationship that you're looking for so you can create that. Because we do need companionship here on earth. You know, we're human. We like to be touched. We like to have affection. We like to have conversations. We don't always like to be isolated. There are some people that like to be isolated, but that's a choice. But anyways, you guys are awfully quiet today. You guys have no questions today. I kind of like that. No, I don't like that. I like it when we converse. But anyways, I like it anyway. They just like to make fun a little bit and have fun with everything. Because we are supposed to be having more joy, right? So if I can joke around stuff, and sometimes I can get people pretty good. They leave wide openings for me to throw a joke in there. And they're like, ooh, how did you do that? And I'm like, wide open. Plus I have a lot of guidance from the other side. They know a lot more than my human self does. So that helps too. But the rest of March is going to happen pretty quick. I feel like March is going to fly right by. There's going to be a lot of things that are also going to transpire. They don't want you to have any fear moving forward, because soon as you let go of that fear, you are living free. You are living very freely. And I want to bring this up now because Laura, who's on here today, also has a show that she has on Tuesdays at 11 o'clock called Angels and Healing Light Show. I believe that's the name. But anyways, same producer, 11 o'clock on Tuesdays. I called in yesterday. I typed in. I was like, and I just was open to anything. And one of the things that she told me was, I am moving to a new atmosphere, or I'm going to a new atmosphere. And I have to say that is correct. I had time to think about that since she gave me that message yesterday, you know, because I was like, well, what does that really mean? I know that I kind of am, but what does that really mean? And it's not just me that's doing it. I've realized that there's a lot of people that we are going to a different level, right? Because a new atmosphere, right? They want me to get out my little pad of paper and explain this a little bit. Okay, so if we say we are 3D, right? And then we could have 4D, and then we have 5D and up, right? Okay, so they want me to show you this. Like, right, we hang out in 3D, and this is probably not the right way for you, but I'm sorry, it looks backward to me, so it must be right for you. So we hang out in 3D, right? So for me to go to a new atmosphere, I have to go up here and above. Okay. And I also want to say this too, because I found out a lot of information just from this one message yesterday. Okay. So if I'm up here, right, I'm just going to say I'm here. I don't know exactly where I am. I'm just making a line. But if I'm here, right, and there's like this, I'm going to say there's this plateau. I say it as plateau sometimes before we go to the next level. You know what I mean? So in this plateau, a lot of us are at different plateaus, right? That we could be hanging out here, we could be hanging out here, or we could be hanging out here. And then, okay, Laura said somehow that atmosphere is within that level. Thank you for the validation. She's the one that gave me the message. Okay, so we're all at different levels, right? And I've had to work my way up from this one because this was my saddest level. This was the hardest one. This is when I felt like I had all the troubles and everything. Woe is me. I was the victim here. This was me, like, even though I contracted for all the crap to happen to me, I was still the victim, right? And then as I've learned through my spiritual self, right? And then I came up here and I probably hung out at this level for a while. Okay, and I've been at this level probably, I would say, for probably 9 years, right? That would be an end of a cycle. So I'm going to say 9 years. Okay, so in 9 years. So I've been at this cycle probably for about 9 years. And through that, I still had a lot of stuff I had to get rid of because I would still bounce between this level and this level, right? And this is where some people are at. We're up, down, we're there, we're not there. Well, I tell you what, once I got rid of fear, because I'm going to put fear here, because fear sometimes hangs out here and here. So fear, right? Fear. Once I got rid of all my fear, I was able to jump up here. Okay. And I had this validated by Laura's message yesterday. by me going to a different atmosphere. And not only that, but then I brought it up with a friend and she sent me an article that talks about something similar to this. And this is something that we can all go through. This is like levels of our lives. This is levels of understanding. This is levels of everything that's going on around us. That's why they want you to be so observant of everything that's going on around you, because it's very important, right? To be like almost, I don't want you to be hyper observational, but I want you to be observant, right? Because even Laura talked about this on her show yesterday. She even said I would get messages from sidewalk chalk. And even funny about that is just a few weeks ago, I just bought sidewalk chalk for Christopher and I to play with outside on the driveway. So it's like, you know, and I will get messages from someone's sidewalk chalk, or it'll be my sidewalk chalk, or it could be anything that I am getting that message from. It could be that flower that I just walked by. It could be that number. It could be that bird that's flying right now, which I think are vultures. So there's a lot of spirituality going on out there. But anyways, there's a lot of things that we need to be paying attention to, whether it's the numbers that are showing up, the date that it is, or, you know, numbers play tricks on me all the time. I was with my friend that I hadn't seen in 30 years. And I added up some numbers and then I brought it down to 1. And I was like, oh, this is good. We got this. I think we were sitting at table 66. And I'm like, all right. So 66 would be 12. So that's a 3. And 3 is my spiritual number. So this is good. 3s are my number. You know what I mean? So I was like, it's all good. So it's like running into things. And Laura said, somehow, great explanation. Thank you, Laura. Because sometimes it's hard to explain this. You know what I mean? So it's like, if you guys are going through this, or you know people that are going through this, you know, we can go up, but we have to let go of the fear and all those things that bring us down, right? If we're still in that victim mode, or we want someone to save us rather than saving ourselves, then we're going to have a little bit harder time, okay? But as soon as we let go of that, the universe has got our back, God has got our back, everyone's got our back, and everything starts to fall into place. So I say let go of fear. Stand in your power. Enjoy, have fun. Relax, whatever it is you need. Woo! They're on fire today, and they just changed up the energy. Someone needed that today. As they're going to do it again. How funny. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. But when they change up the energy like that, that's like releasing and allowing. And that could be us getting to that other level, right? It could be going to that new atmosphere. Because when she first said it to me yesterday, I'm like, space. I was like, new atmosphere. I saw myself in space. But then I had to go, all right, what does that mean? Laura says, you need a fire extinguisher standing by. Laugh out loud. That's funny. That would be funny. Or a cute fireman, that would be cute too. See, they want you to have fun. They want you to joke about it, right? So, and that's funny too. It'll be funny if I hear like a fire engine go down the road now. But they want you to pay attention. They want you to pay attention to everything that's going on. They want you to do a life review a little bit too, because this is important too. Just like I've had to go back through my life and kind of pick out pieces that have happened and understand why these things have taken place in my life, why I knew what I knew then, but wasn't allowed to know. But then that's part of the piece, right? That's part of the breadcrumbs that you're picking up. It's part of the pieces that you're picking up and making part of the puzzle that makes bigger sense to you. You're probably starting to have more aha moments. Oh, I know why that's happening now. Just like with Laura, just like with Laura's message yesterday, and me being, she put me a fire check. And, you know, just like me being able to explain something like this. It's important because if I need to know it, you guys need to know it, right? So anything that I learn, I'm willing to share with all of you. Just because I say it doesn't mean it's your truth, because sometimes I feel like that makes everyone a little queasy. Just because I say it doesn't mean it's your truth. It's my truth. I'm speaking my truth. And it's taken me 48 years, almost 49 years to be able to do that completely. And I'm doing that without fear now. No fear, no fear, no fear, no fear. So I hope you guys join me on that. No fear. No fear. Well, how do you know where you are? All right, from Malala, she wants to know, how do you know where you are? Okay, so, well, when I pick up the little list, right, if I had to pick up this list, right, if you're totally depressed and you're totally unhappy with everything that's going on in your life, this is where you are, okay? If this is, you're kind of fluctuate in between woo, I feel really good, and then you kind of feel bad a little bit, then you're still hanging out in 3D, 4D, maybe bouncing into 5D a little bit. But then once you get above that, it's like earth stuff doesn't even phase you anymore, if that makes sense. Like, I know there's earth things going on, but it's not concerning me the way it would have, when I was down here. So even if you just started out with an empty little list, right, and didn't even have all this there, if you looked at it, where would you place yourself? You know inside where you belong. Just like, I didn't know. I just placed the line there, and energetically, you can close your eyes, do automatic writing on it, and go, where am I? And where am I headed? What am I doing? There's lots of things that you could get. All right, sorry, kid stuff going on. I'm not sure what's going on there, but grandma hopefully has it under control. So you kind of figure out where you are on that list or that level by how it feels to you, right? So I feel like that's important. You got to feel into it. What does it feel like you are? Where does it feel like you belong? Because all my life, even when I go back to like when I was 13 and whatever, I always wanted to be happy. I didn't know what that really meant. But I always knew that I wanted to have joy and I wanted to have happiness, right? And now I'm really starting to feel that. Even though I've had bouts of it through my lifetime, I am starting to feel it more on a daily basis now that I've let go of fear. Because when that fear comes up and bites you in the booty or whatever, it drags you back. It kind of like takes you by the pants and pulls you backwards. It's that tether that's holding you back. So it's time to release that and allow yourself to just fly like an eagle, be free, and be exactly what you need to be. And don't listen to others. La, 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 la. See, don't listen to others, okay? Because others don't know who you are. You're the only one standing in your shoes. No one else is in your shoes. So it's time for you to make choices for you. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So let's see. What else do they want me to share in my last few minutes? Well, I can tell you that there's a lot of energy flowing out to each and every one of you. I feel like, woo! I hope you guys are feeling that. Let it flow out of you and surround everyone that you're coming in contact with you today. Laura says, any message, I will take it. Laura, I can say that you're coming to this new atmosphere with me. When I watched your show yesterday, I saw you like, I'm going to share what I saw for you yesterday, because when I was watching you and I could see you tapping in, I could see you going further and further than you've ever gone. You're going way out there into the ethers, out there for that information. You're not having anything hold you back anymore. You are just like, they're showing me you set in stone, which is kind of funny, but I feel like you're cracking out of that. It was almost like a statue. I saw like a statue of like David, whoever he is. I feel like you know who he is. But anyways, I feel like that was a statue, and I feel like we just cracked it open and you're like, woo! Okay, so you are ready to shine brighter than you've ever shown before. And I feel like you're starting to get way more exposure. I feel like people are finding you. I feel like your lighthouse is woo, woo, woo. Like you are calling in the people that need you. And it's like you have this also a move. The move is going to happen. If it's not happening yet, it's happening very quickly. You are moving. Okay, I know that was in the plans, but I don't know when or what, but I feel like that's going to be happening quickly. You're coming back south, honey. Yes, yay for us too. And I actually feel like you're going to be in Sarasota County. So you'll be back down here with us. Woohoo! So see it happen, girlfriend. I see it happening for you. So I'm going to leave that with you. That's going to be an awesome message for you. Everyone's moving forward. So whatever forward means for you, make it happen. You guys got this. We've got this. The light wins. Woohoo! No. Okay. Laura just said, oh, that 11 was a typo. Love it. Thank you. Laura, it's never a typo. I've realized that now when my phone, I'm going to share this. We're probably going to go over a minute or whatever. But when I recognize when I misspell things now, sometimes my interesting will be interstellar. And that's exactly what it needs to be. And then I was writing something last week before this show and it misspelled it. And I went and looked up the word later and it was very important to what was going on with some friends of mine or information that they needed. So nothing is a coincidence. So no, not a typo. It was meant to happen. So with that, everything is a coincidence. Nothing is a coincidence. Everything happens for a reason. So I want to thank each and every one of you for joining me this week. I look forward to seeing you next Wednesday at 1 p.m. And I hope you guys have a very blessed week and make your magic happen and create. And I love you. See you next week.